Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Mr. Jim Jam from Team Whirlwind, and today I'm going to bring you my Beetrooper deck profile. Now, I built this, I took it to locals, I had a blast playing it. I went X1 with my only loss being to, once again, Gren Marju. Dude, I just can't seem to out-big thing Yugioh. Anyway, I'll hop over to myself in the deck, show you how it is. Okay, so this is the deck, let's jump straight in. We're going to start with the Beetrooper portion of the deck. We have 3 copies of Beetrooper Scout Buggy. This special summons a copy of itself from hand, deck or graveyard whenever it is normal or special summoned. And then we play 3 Scale Bomber. This is an amazing combo extender and a card that is mostly used to chain block because it special summons itself to the field when an insect is summoned. We then play 3 Sting Lancer. This being able to return one of our insects to the deck and an opponent's monster can not only be amazing resource management, but can, in certain matchups such as Sky Strikers and Tri-Brigade, be used as a tool to manipulate the opponent's grave so that they don't have what they need in there. Also, when it is normal or special summoned, we add the Flying Sting normally, but it can add any Beetrooper spell or trap, normally sending us up with a negation. And then the last Beetrooper that we play in the deck is one Mighty Neptune. This is simply in here as resource management, and it's just a big beat stick for OTK, or if we had to go first, we set up our board and then we at least have the things in deck ready to recycle for the follow-up. That is actually it for the Beetrooper monsters in the main. On next to the second engine that we run, I play 2 copies of Battle Wasp Sting the Poison. With this, when it is normal or special, being able to search for a Battle Wasp from deck to hand is amazing. It is also a on-field negate. By tributing another insect, we can target a face-up monster on the field and negate its effects. I love it, but because the number of things we want to normal summon in the deck is actually quite high, I've decided to cut this from 3 down to 2. But a card that is not moving from 3 is Battle Wasp Pin the Bullseye. This is in here at 3 because if we control an insect monster, we can special summon it, and then we can burn our opponent for 200 for each Pin the Bullseye we control. I have won 2 games today in time because of this card's effect. Next, I also play triple Battle Wasp Twinbow the Attacker. This has double attack, which does come up. And it also can special summon itself just like Pin, so long as we control an insect. The last Battle Wasp we play are 2 copies of Arbalest. This is a on-normal summon monster reborn for any level 3 or lower insect in the grave, either allowing us to combo off with Sting to grab a Pin or Twinbow, and then proceed to carry on, or it can grab back Gokipole, which we will see later on. But that is it for the Battle Wasp portion of the deck. Up next we have just extenders. I play 2 copies of Galaxy Worm. This is the easiest card in the entire deck to side out in between games. But for when we're made to go first or second, so long as it's our first normal summon, it's pretty reliable because this, with any other insect extender, that being any of the Battle Wasps, or any of the other ones that we're playing in the deck, is just full combo. Up next, again, in line with the general extenders for the deck, we're playing 2 Danger Mothman. Admittedly, this is circumstantial because they are going to be hitting something out of our hand, but it is an insect that says special summon to the field. Next, we are playing 2 copies of Gokipole and the Gokipole target of choice, Killer Needle. Gokipole, when it's sent to the grave, adds a level 4 insect from deck to hand, and if it's a normal monster, we can special summon it and pop something. The reason I am playing Killer Needle over the big level 4 Earth insect is because this is in fact a wind monster, and the Barrier Statue of Stormwinds is just absolutely everywhere at my locals because of the new Tri-Brigade combos involving Lyrilusks. But that's it for those monsters, and then we're playing 3 copies of Resonance Insect. This is what makes the entire deck go round. When it's sent from field to grave, we get to add a level 5 or higher insect from deck to hand, and then when it's banished, we can send a level... Well, we can send any insect from our deck to the graveyard. So Normally we'd be linking both of these off, searching a copy of our Doomdozer or our Kaiju. If we search the Doomdozer, then we're banishing the Residence Insect to send Gokipole and proceed to combo from there. And then the last monster in the deck is one copy of Retaliating Sea. This is in here because it's searchable off of Gokipole, and against matchups such as Virtual World, it is actually just amazing. So that's it for the monsters in the deck. Moving now on to spells, we're playing two copies of Beetrooper Descent, this being the new spell for the archetype. It special summons us an insect token, allowing us to make easy link plays. And if we control a insect with 3,000 or more attack, we can destroy a spell or trap on the field. This was exactly what Beetroopers needed. We needed an extender, and we needed a anti-back row card. This is 2 for 1. And then we're playing one Beetrooper formation in the main. This is just Monster Reborn for our Beetroopers by paying life points, and if a insect dies we get to special summon a token so that we can follow up on the Crackback. The last two spells in the deck are 2 Twin Twister. This deck loses hard to Floodgate control decks, and there's a couple of them at local, so Twin Twister, for me at the very least, is a must-have in the main deck. Now, the traps, there's only 3 of them, so we're playing 2 copies of Flying Sting and 1 copy of Imperial Order. Imperial Order in this deck, because we are only playing such a small amount of spells, and it's such a power card, I don't think we mind too much. It hurts our opponents way more than it ever hurts us inherently. And the Beetrooper Flying Sting is an amazing negation, which, while yes, is searchable off of Lancer, who is easily accessible through most of the deck's combos, sometimes simply hard drawing it so that we can search either formation or descent is just necessary. And I am getting along rather well with it at 2 copies. Okay, now moving on to the extra deck. I've got a number 3 Cicada King. This is my favourite Xyz monster from now on. It is a negation and a Monster Reborn all in one. And it allows us to summon Zeus. Thank you very much, Dan Mason, for lending me the Zeus for locals. However, I have had to return the card, so number 68 for now it is. But no, this should definitely be a Zeus. And then for Link Monsters, we're playing 3 copies of Armorhorn. This being able to not only recur itself from the grave by banishing 3 insects, triggering Resonance Insect and other effects, is amazing because it allows us to additional normal summon for an insect. So we can summon Sting, we can summon Arbalest, we can normal a Resonance Insect if we want to. We can go for anything we need, and it is just full combo by itself. Speaking of full combo by itself, Insector, I'm not trying the last name. This allows us to equip a Resonance Insect to the 3rd monster on the board. And that by discarding 1 from hand, it also is great resource management because we simply return 3 of our Engrave Insects to the deck to draw 1. And then we play 2 copies of Seraphim Papillon. This is a Monster Reborn effect in our opponent's turn, and is a Link 3 insect to enable us to go into the big boy rather easy if we have weird hands. Speaking of, we have the MVP himself, the boss monster, introducing Giant Beetrooper Invincible Atlas. This is, in my opinion, it's a pretty good boss monster. It's got big stats. You contribute a insect to give it an extra 2,000 attack. While it has got 3,000 or less attack, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. And we can also tribute an insect to special summon a Beetrooper from the deck. Link 4, which for us is incredibly accessible. And then the last 2 cards in the extra, we are playing 1 Nightmare Unicorn and 1 Nightmare Phoenix. These are in here just for utility removal cards. They come up, but very, very rarely. I don't think I summon this all day. I summoned this in one particular instance because my opponent had a summon limit, and it was a really big problem. but once we'd summoned the Phoenix, popped it, we were able to combo off. Anyway, that's it for the main. Back to me. So, that was the main deck and the extra deck. I don't want to include side decks for the minute because I feel like they're very specific to the individual locals. However, if you guys want to see them in future, comment below and I'll start including them. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like this one with deck profiles, we also do live duels for goats. As of next week, I'm allowed to record at local, so there will be 1 to 2 local feature matches that I'll be bringing to you, along with random discussion videos here and there, and every other thing that comes off the top of my head. So thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Jim from Team Whirlwind. Signing out. Have a good one.